Welcome once again to your update from the City of New Hope. Time to chat with the mayor here on December 2nd to find out what's new in the city and also a little information about commissions. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, I'm just fine. I'm busily trying to figure out what to do with turkey. So there's turkey tetrazzini, there's turkey a la king, and there's just snatching a piece of turkey out of the refrigerator.
Yes, I'm sure many people are in the same situation as you are trying to figure out what to do. So good luck with that process. Well, things are going to be a little different today with the update because of the holiday. We're going to go through some of the departments in the city, but we're also going to talk a little bit about commissions and boards in the city, what they are, why they're there, and maybe ways for you to get involved. But Mayor, let's start with some things that are happening in the city. And the first is the elections. We all heard the election results in the city of New Hope, but there's something because of those results that now has to happen. What is the next step in the city?
So our new mayor is going to be John Elder, and John Elder currently is on the city council. And because of that, as soon as he's sworn in, his seat will become available. So we have advertised in the Sun Post. You can also go online. We're looking for people to apply for that job. Well, it's not a job, but apply for that position. And they have until the 5th of December to do that. So what'll happen is you send in your application. There'll be some interviews. They'll be done by the 4 members of the council, the mayor and the 3 remaining members. And then that person will be appointed to the council. So you don't have to run a campaign, you just get appointed. That term will be for 2 years. And at the end of that 2 years, if you choose to run again, you'll have to run a campaign and file like normally does. And just kind of a piece of information, that's how John got to be where he is.
Okay.
He was appointed to the council a few years ago, and now here he is mayor.
Very good. And an interesting fact is that there will be a new mayor in the city of New Hope, obviously Mayor Elder, and there will also be a new mayor in the city of Robbinsdale and a new mayor in the city of Crystal. So they'll have lots to talk about amongst the 3 of them.
They will, and there's one other mayor in Golden Valley who's only been a mayor for a year. So we'll have a whole bunch of mayors just trying to figure out what to do.
That's
And
right.
they've all got good staffs, and if they listen to their staff, they'll do fine.
Very good. Good advice. Let's hop to Park and Rec. A couple things we wanted to update on today because there's a lot going on in that department. The first is snowman snow sculpture. And I see the picture behind you, and I got tricked that that was this year, but it's not. It's last year. But we're hoping snow comes for these particular reasons. Tell us more about these
They
events.
they will. It will. Well, if you remember last year, it snowed in December, and then we didn't have much of anything until March. So this picture behind me was actually taken in March of last year. So there is some snow on the ground. It's not a lot. I don't know how sticky it is. I haven't been outside, but you might want to think about your snow structure or your snowman early and get that in. So you can go online and look at all the rules that are involved. You should name your structure or your snowman, and then you'll send a picture of it in to the Park and Rec department. And of course, they won't be judging those until March, but as soon as you can get that into them, it just saves it a little file for them. So get out there and build something.
Yep, take advantage of the snow. Who knows what the rest of the season will be like. New Hope's website, newhopemn.gov. You can find out more about those contests and also find out more about this opportunity. And let's think summertime with the farmers market. And you're looking for someone to help in that area. Tell us more about that need.
Well, we're trying to get the farmers market reinstated. I don't know exactly where it's going to be yet. I have some good ideas, and they're trying to just hook something up. But if you're interested in being a coordinator for the farmers market, that's going to be a full-time job. You'll start probably in January, February, starting to get vendors to come in. And then I believe they're going to have it during the week and not on Saturdays. So it'd be like Wednesday, Thursday, probably 3 to 7 or something like that. So you have to get that application in pretty quick. I think they're going to keep it open until it's filled, but anyone that applies before the 3rd of December will be given extra consideration on that. So if that's something you're interested in, it is a paid position. It's just we need a coordinator, and we'll take somebody we'll even teach them how to do it.
Very good. All right. And that again is in Park and Rec. Also, the golf course is part of Park and Rec. And again, that picture isn't exactly what it looks like, but there is some white on the ground, which means, unfortunately, no more golfing this year.
No more golfing. Well, there will be that winter golf thing in January,
Yes, that's right.
but other than that, no more regular golfing. And I think the geese have left. I looked out this morning and there weren't any geese there, so I think they vacated. Thank you very much.
They figured that out, but there is indoor use of the golf course facility. Again, remind us how that's such a great option for families in the area.
Well, I have to tell you, it's been really busy over this last weekend. Family had it for the Thanksgiving dinner, and somebody had it Friday morning and Friday afternoon. Saturday and Sunday it was rented out. So it does fill up pretty quickly. If you're looking at doing a shower of some sort, baby wedding shower, just a family gathering around Christmas time or New Year's, or graduation's coming in June, and now's the time to sign up. So you can call the golf course or you can call the city and ask to talk to somebody at the golf course to reserve that. But it's really a good thing to reserve it now. It's quite reasonable, and they have facilities that are nice and clean and warm.
And there you see that golf course number 763-531-5178 or 5152. You can find out more information about using that great facility. Over to the ice arena we go. Lots of cars in the parking lot these days because there's activity almost every day and night.
Well, they're doing their happy dance over there. And they're doing a jitterbug too, by the way. It's really busy. So the high school girls and boys, varsity and junior varsity play there. They don't play every week because these are just the home games. But the youth hockey is playing there and practicing every single day. They're going to be open skating on Friday and Sundays as usual. So good time to get there. It's always fun to watch those high school games because the kids are so enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if the youth hockey games are open to the public. I think they are, but I don't think the practices are. So the ice arena is pretty busy right now.
And other things busy in Park and Rec. You can find out more about activities coming up. Believe it or not, they're already planning for the springtime as well, and that's through the Park and Rec brochure. Again, mention this great tool that residents have to find out what's going on and get signed up.
Well, it's a booklet that comes out, and it's got all the offerings that Park and Rec offer for the next year. So it's called the winter and spring brochure. The other thing about that, if you'd like, you can also get a gift certificate. Mm-hmm. Go into City Hall. You can get them in any denomination you want, and it gives them to the kids. The grandkids are really nice to help offset the cost of some of these programs. So that's really a nice stocking stuffer for the kids, and they get to look at the booklet. If you don't have a booklet, you can call City Hall. They'll get one to you. Mm-hmm. And if you do have one and you want another one just to give with the gift certificate, you can do that too. So you can also get pool passes at this time, or you can pay for part of a pool pass, making it easier for the parents to pay for that when the time comes. Now, we also are looking for sponsorships for the music in the park and the movies in the park. Those are free to the public, but we depend on people to sponsor them. So again, you can sponsor part of one, all of one. Don't know exactly what the cost is, but you can call and check on that. And it's a good way to advertise your business and or just your family. We've had families sponsor some of these. We've had business sponsor them. So that enables us to actually have more music and more movies in the park by these sponsorships. The third thing you can do is donate some money or do some sponsorship to Safety Camp. Okay. And that happens in the summer. And again, the more stuff we get in, the cheaper it is for the families to be able to send their kids to that Safety Camp. It's usually open to 75 kids, and it fills up pretty quick, but we do need a lot of donations to make that happen.
All right, great ways to help out the city and help out some of the younger folks in town. Here's a couple other events that are coming up we wanted to make sure you knew about. We've talked a little bit about the Mayor for a Day essay contest, and this is geared towards the younger ones as well. How does this work, Mayor?
Well, if I wasn't too old, I would write for the Mayor for a Day contest. This is open to 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. And it's 125 words to 300 words. And it has to be in by the 13th of December. Mm-hmm. Basically, the topic is, if I were mayor for a day, what would I like to see done? So they'll be giving a $100 prize for each of the grade levels. And if the kids are in Child from New Hope happens to win, or even if they submit one, we'll make sure they come to the city council meeting. They're recognized for that. So it's really a nice way for the kids to get that essay in, and also let us know what you'd like to do or like us to do if you were mayor for a day.
Great opportunity. Here's another opportunity to give your opinion, and this time it's about photos, and we want to get your vote on the people's choice. How does this work again, and where is the place to go to vote?
Well, we had over 100 photos come in, and they are absolutely fabulous. So you can either go online, you can go into City Hall, look at the photos, and vote for one of them for the People's Choice Award. We have some judges that are judging the photos, and that's a separate category. But if the People's Choice Award, you can vote on that until the 15th of December. So either go online and vote that way, or go in person and vote for them. But if nothing else, just look at them because they're just beautiful.
And all from the city of New Hope. So enjoy those. All right, now we wanted to take a few minutes here and a special after holiday version of our update with the mayor to talk a little bit about boards and commissions in the city. There are 3 commissions in the city, 1 personnel board, and then a also board around community involvement or crime prevention. And so, Mayor, first of all, why are boards and commissions important to a city? What purpose do they play?
Well, the mayor and council can't do everything, and staff is really busy too. And we always like to get some input from residents and business owners into the decisions that we make. So we really appreciate these boards and these commissions because they're the ones that help us get through all the minutia of a text amendment, or if a builder comes in, they work with those builders to make sure they understand all the ordinances and all the rules and requirements that the city has. So with those, let's start with the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to read some of this because some of it's kind of confusing, actually. So the Human Rights Commission has a 2-year term, and we have up to 10 members. Of those 10 members, 2 of them has to be high school students. They meet the first Monday of the month at 7 o'clock at City Hall. And what we're looking for now is 2 adult members and 2 student members. We'd like 1 from Cooper and 1 from Armstrong. Now, what they do is they work in partnership with the State Department of Human Rights for the equal opportunity in housing, employment. They improve the human relations, accommodations, public service, education. They also recognize and prevent discrimination and inequalities in the daily life of the city. They are an advisory board to the council. A couple of the projects they've recently been involved with was Colors of the World, where they got some donations to buy color crayons for 200 kindergartners in New Hope so they could draw pictures of themselves in their skin tones. And then those pictures were posted all over City Hall on City Days for the parents and people coming into City Hall to do. The other thing they do is they go with the police officer to the parks in the summer and talk to residents, and they also help cook those hot dogs and serve them to whoever shows up at those. So they're trying to do a lot of community engagement along with the human rights stuff that they do.
And again, for that commission and other commissions, what is the process if people are interested in filling one of those positions? What do they have to do? Where can they look for more information?
So they go online,
Okay.
and under the city business, they'll come up that says something that says commissions, and they'll list the commissions there. You just click on that, and in that, it'll tell you all that information that you need, and it'll show you how to apply for them. You can always just go into City Hall, though, and get an application, or you can call 763-531-5114. That's our city clerk, and she can help you with getting an application, especially those students, because we really want to hear what the students are saying and what they want to.
What a great opportunity for some younger members of the community. Let's hop next to the Planning Commission. You might recognize this. All cities have planning commissions and are very helpful as the city develops or redevelops. Tell us more about this commission and the opportunities there.
So this is a 9-person team. They serve on a 3-year rotation. One of the things that they do is when businesses come in, they're confused as to our zoning, the platting that goes on, just public improvements. Anything that's going to be built or moved or changed in the city goes through the Planning Commission. Now, they have 2 separate areas. One is called Codes and Standards, and those folks look at all the ordinances and the changes and make sure the wording is proper before it goes to the attorney and then before it comes to us as the city council to approve it.
Okay.
Or not approve it. And the other one is design and review, and they're the ones that meet with the developers, and they actually go over the plans that the developer has. making sure they understand our setbacks, how tall it can be, what we're looking for in either their redevelopment or in their rebuild. So all of these scattered site housing projects that are coming all go through the Planning Commission. So just kind of a side thought, that's how I got to where I am.
Right.
I was on the Planning Commission for 11 years, serving 2 as the chair.
Mhm.
And from there, I went into being the mayor. So there's opportunities there.
That's right. And I was going to mention that commissions are a neat way for people who might be interested in serving their city to maybe get a first taste of it. Is that correct? So a lot of people that might be interested in doing something maybe don't want to be the mayor or a council person right away, or maybe wouldn't have that ability, but might want to hop on a commission. Again, is that a normal process that you see people take?
It is. Jonathan London, who's now a city council member, was on the CAC, the Citizens Advisory Commission, before he came. So let's talk about the CAC. Citizens Advisory Commission is the real name, but we shorten it. So that commission has between 5 and 15 people on it. They serve a 2-year term. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, a 2-year term. And they meet the second Tuesday at 7 o'clock at City Hall. So all of 3 of these commission members, they serve the community as volunteers. And the council and I really do appreciate all the help that they give us. I go to most of the commission meetings because I really want to hear what the commissioners have to say, as well as what people have to say to them. So good way to get involved with the city. Now, the one that isn't actually a commission is the Personnel Board.
Okay.
So that's a 3-person board. They serve 3-year terms. They have to have quite an extensive background in human rights. And so these folks are paid a small stipend by the city. They don't change very often. They pretty much get on that board and stay there a long time. Those are the ones that look at all the applications of people coming in, making sure that they fit our criteria, making sure that they're qualified for the job that they're applying for. And that's all done before it goes to the background check, in case there happen to be one. So they look at every new employee that's coming into the city and then decide whether or not they're qualified for the job to do that. So along with that, we have a crime prevention board. Now that's a volunteer group, and they meet as needed. They don't have a regular meeting time like the commissions do. So what the crime prevention board does is they raise money to buy the things that the police department doesn't necessarily have the funds, or they haven't budgeted for. So that one, there's always openings on that. You can just call Brad Callio at City Hall, or the non-emergency number of the police department, and he'll tell you about that board and what we do. So with the money that we raise, we do things like we buy the hot dogs that they take to the parks, and the popsicles that the kids take to the parks. We also bought a body cam for our canine dog. And a few years ago, we bought a trailer so that the police liaison could put his grill in the trailer instead of having to lift it in his truck every time he took it somewhere. So these are the kinds of things that the Crime Prevention Board does, and we're so happy to have them around.
In general, another question about the boards and commissions: what type of experience do people normally have to be considered for these? Are you looking for, again, people, it sounds like with the personnel board, people with human resources type of experience, but how about the other boards? Do people need to have specific backgrounds to be I
had none.
Okay, there we go. We now know.
Absolutely none. So no, you don't. The board, they'll help you on those commissions. They'll help you understand it. It becomes pretty clear what they're looking for. And as you listen to people talk, you say, oh, that's a good idea. Somebody on the commission will tell you, or the city liaison, that it's a good idea, but we don't have like eminent domain anymore. And so you kind of learn as you go along. It's not for everybody. You do have to give up one night a month, but it's really a good way to get into the workings of the city. So I also tell people, everyone is welcome to come to a commission meeting.
Sure. So
you can sit in the audience and watch the commission meeting going on, so you know what happens. And if it's of any interest of you, like the planning commission, it would help. I didn't have any, but it would help if you had some experience, like as a realtor, but not necessarily so. So, and Citizens Advisory Commission, that one, if you've got some good ideas, like a farmer's market, that's where that came out of originally.
Okay.
So if you have some fun ideas, you can come to those meetings. Also, when you come, you're willing to speak at the meetings to let the commissioners know what you're interested in.
Mhm.
So I'll always invite everybody to those. The only thing they're not invited is to the personnel board, because a lot of the job resumes that are coming in are private information, and they
Mhm.
have to be kept that way.
Very good. Final question related to homework on some of these different commissions. We often talk here about all of the work that is involved in being a council member and some of the reading of materials that has to be done. How about for the commissions? Is there a lot of work that has to happen in between the meetings?
Oh, there is some.
Okay.
The commissioners all get the Friday memo. That is a 5 or 6 page memo that comes out every Friday that tells them about what's going on. So if it's something that's going on in the planning commission, like a housing developer is coming, they'll get that paperwork ahead of time and they can go through that. So they go to the meeting being well aware of what that person applying for the permit wants, and they can then do some homework themselves. And of course, the staff is always willing to help with anything. The CAC doesn't have quite as many things to read as the Planning Commission does,
Okay.
but there's a few things that they need to look at least. And of
Great.
course, the Crime Prevention Board, you just come and show up and
Mhm. So the greatest need is people that are interested in being involved and maybe have some time to give and have some initiative to really get involved in whatever project the group might be working on. Is that correct?
it is. And even the Human Rights Commission, most of their chatting is done at the meeting.
Okay.
But that's when they arrange some programs that they have. So there's not a lot of reading going on with the Human Rights Commission or the Citizens Advisory Commission. It's mostly the Planning Commission.
Very good. Well, great information. Again, go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov, if you want to find out more about the different commissions and boards and find ways that you might want to apply and get involved. Mayor, while we have you, a couple final notes to pass along. First, something coming up this Saturday, December 7th. It is a parade with some special guy in red driving around a few towns. What's going on?
Well, there might be a guy in green handcuffed in the back of a police car. That would be the Grinch, I think. So that's going to start in what it is. It's a parade of no marching bands, by the way. It's a parade of fire trucks, police cars. The EMCs are going to be in it. Just about any vehicle that's a city vehicle puts on their lights and their flashers and parades around in the cities. It'll start at 5 o'clock in Robbinsdale. Go through the city of Robbinsdale, go into Crystal, go all through that, and hit the south end of New Hope about 7 o'clock. And you can go online and type in Tri-City Parade in New Hope or just Tri-City Parade, and you'll get the map, and it'll show you the map so you can go stand on the curb and watch the parade go by. Usually lasts about 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, but the kids get a big kick out of having the lights and sirens on as they're going by.
And a lot of people that maybe weren't expecting it all of a sudden see all of this hoopla happening in town and get to join in on the fun just by mistake.
Yes.
Final note to pass along, something coming up this week as well, real early, if you're watching this in an early showing, and that is the business networking group. They're going to a special location in town that has done quite a bit of updating and really changed the model that they work with residents. Where is that going to be?
Well, New Hope and Crystal combined their business networking groups a few years ago. So it's now the New Hope Crystal. Well, where we're going is to Near, which is in Crystal at 5209 West Broadway. The Rotary in New Hope gave Near some money so that they could remodel one of their conference rooms that they have. And so they're holding this business networking group there, the meeting there. It starts at 8:30 in the morning. It's only an hour. You'll get an update from both of the cities on what's going on. And then you get a chance to listen to the business people talk just a little bit, maybe 3 minutes about each of their businesses. So if you have a business, this is a great place for you to be. If you're just interested in the businesses that are in New Hope and Crystal, great place to be. If you just want to come for coffee and a donut, not a bad place to be either. So there's no cost to this program.
All right, and you'll also probably get a tour there at Near as well to look through the shopper's choice area and how some of the clients actually do their shopping now. Mayor, thanks once again for the update and also the great information about the commissions and boards. So hopefully people can get involved. newhopemn.gov, the city's website, if you're looking for more information. And stick with us. I'll look at some of the events happening in the community in just a minute here. Mayor, have a great week and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. Let's hope it snows again.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.